like fashion to try to uncover as much as they can about what looks very similar to insurgency movements that we've seen overseas, where they germinate in different parts of the country and they gain strength, and it brings together an unholy alliance frequently of religious extremists, authoritarians, fascists, bigots, racists, nativists, even libertarians.
Well, that's quite a list. Religious extremists, authoritarians, fascists, bigots, racists, nativists, even libertarians. Yes, says John Brennan with a visible quiver in his face, even libertarians, even the guys at the Cato Institution. That's how deep this white supremacist threat is. You may be surprised to hear that. You imagined in your naivete that professional libertarians were merely ridiculous with their stupid little theories that no one's ever tried because they're so absurd they would evaporate like steam if they ever made it beyond the walls of whatever Koch-funded think tank they live in, though of course they never will. Oh, but it's much worse than that. The Cato guys are dangerous, John Brennan says, just like their diabolical friends at AEI. They're the new Al-Qaeda. Lock them up, throw them in prison with those diabetic retirees from Central Florida who've been rotting in solitary since they dared to trespass at the Capitol on January 6th. Lock them away. From now on, if they want to communicate with Roger Stone, they'll have to use tap code. If we need more cells to hold them, there is a budget for that. Prison reform does not apply to white supremacists. That's what John Brennan has told us. That's what they're all telling us. They repeat it daily. The question is, does anyone with an IQ over 80 actually believe a word of this? Does anyone in power really think something called white supremacy is the single greatest threat America faces? No, of course not. No one thinks that. Susan Rice knows it isn't true. So does Barack Obama. So do all of the other architects of this particular lie. They made it up in the first place, so of course they know precisely how false it really is. They may be liars, but they're not delusional. In real life, they understand perfectly well what actually threatens America. They've seen it up close. It's the culture that produced them. It's the decadent rich people from their class at Harvard. It's the gender studies department at Cornell. It's the cat cafes in Austin and Asheville. It's the Monday editorial meetings at the Atlantic magazine, where David Frum is treated like an important intellectual rather than some dopey middle-aged Canadian Twitter celebrity whose life goal is to force America into yet another unwinnable, pointless war. Those are the people who actually detest the country. They're the ones who are working through the night to destroy it. They're the people who are committed to and in the process of excusing violence. So if you wanted to save America, these are the people you'd be worried about. They make the Iranian nuclear program look like nothing. So maybe the CIA actually does know this. Maybe they really have figured it out.